Hey guys, Lin here. Today I would like to show you how network cache-based identity could be mistaken. Let's get started. I'm standing up a Kubernetes kind cluster on my virtual machine with 3 worker VM. Per Cilium's documentation, I disabled the default CNI so that I could use Cilium. Now I'm using Helm to install Cilium 112. Notice I'm enabled encryption with WildGuard. Opening up K9s to see my Cilium paths. It's coming up. Let's review our application. We have Sleep and Hello World. Both have 2 versions. Sleep version 1 can call Hello version 1. Sleep version 2 can call Hello version 2, and nothing else should be allowed per Cilium's network policy we're going to install. Now that we have Cilium mostly running, let's go ahead and deploy our applications. Now we're going to deploy our Cilium network policy for version 1. As you can see, we only allow Sleep version 1 service account to talk to Hello World version 1. Now let's deploy Cilium network policy for version 2. Similarly, only Sleep version 2 is allowed to talk to Hello version 2. Now that we have our paths mostly coming up, notice we have 15 replica of version 1 and 1 replica of version 2. Alright, looks like everything is up, including Cilium and our application. Let's go back to the other terminal to do some test, right? We want to see if the network policy is working, right? Only the version 1 client and server can talk, only the version 2 client and server can talk, and nothing else. It works perfect. That's great. Now we're going to figure out the node where Hello World version 1 is running and dump the Cilium IP cache for that node. As you can see, its key value of IP address mapped to its identity and encryption information. I would guess 13174 is the Sleep version 1's identity. Let's see if I'm right. Alright, looks like it is right. Cilium has endpoints, which we can determine from endpoints to get the identity, and you can see the security label is Sleep version 1 for this particular identity 13174. Now we're going to trigger an error scenario because we don't live in a perfect world, right? What if Cilium pod could not communicate to the API server? What if the Cilium pod crash? So before we run our script, let's review it. The first thing we're going to do is capture the Sleep version 1's IP address. Should be 15 of them. Then we're going to try to scale Sleep version 1 down to 0 and scale up Sleep version 2 to 15. And then we're trying to find Sleep version 2 pod that happens to have the same IP address as one of the Sleep version 1 pod. And then we declare the winner. If not, we'll keep rolling restart Sleep version 2 until that's condition met. Once we declare our winner, we're going to try to curl from that pod to Hello World version 1. And then we're going to also dump the Cilium IP cache from the Cilium agent. So let's run the test script. Check out how the pod is coming up and down. So you can see Sleep version 2, a lot of them are scaled up, and there's no Sleep version 1. So you can see pods are rapidly coming up and coming down because we're constantly checking on the conditions to see if there's any matching IP address from one of the prior one. Oh, looks like we already have a winner. All right, so this particular Sleep version 2 pod was able to call Hello World version 1, even though the network policy says it should not be allowed. So let's check out the identity 13174. That sounds familiar, remember? So let's take a look of that. sleep version 2 pod's identity. So if you look at this identity, you can see it actually has sleep version 1's identity because it has this IP address that was used by one of the sleep version 1 pod. So let's double check -o double check that IP address, which is 2.65. Let's search and making sure, yes, that is a sleep version 2. So let's recap what you have seen. Sleep version 2 was assigned an IP address from one of the previous sleep version 1 pod so that it was also mistakenly assigned the identity of sleep version 1. Even though we have network policy in place that says only the version 1 of sleep is allowed to talk hello version 1, because sleep version 2 pod has the wrong identity assigned, it was still able to call hello version 1. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe our channel for future educations on Istio, Envoy, Cilium, and all other topics. Bye now.